Hi y'all, my name is Jana Kay and welcome to Flourish, Faith, and Fiber and to Flourish Creatively Podcast number 33. I hope I got that right. So very glad to have you all here joining me in this video to see all the things that I have given a lot of love to. If you would like to connect with me, down in the description box, you will find everywhere that I am. I have a Facebook page, not a group, just a page. I have an Instagram account and on Ravelry, as well as my email address. I think that's everything. And so I really appreciate you all. Thanks for coming back and checking out my videos every week, all the podcasts and updates I do, as well as my series, Bougie Crochet Wearables. Really do appreciate you all. I consider you all my friends. So let's get started. I actually have only one finished object. All right, so I have joined in with Lisa at Happy to Hook Creations. She's doing a greeting card year-long cal. Every month she pulls a greeting card that she has received over the years, and whatever is on the cover, whatever colors, anything that inspires you, you create something that has to do with that greeting card cover. Well, this month, the month of August, this was, that I'll put here, the greeting card that we were to be inspired by. And I thought it would be really neat to try to find a variegated yarn that included many, if not all, the colors in this greeting card. Now, I love butterflies, so one of the things I thought about doing was a butterfly square and either doing a bag or a blanket, something like that. But I decided to try to find, as I said, variegated yarn with some or all of those colors. Now, my local yarn shop, the only one I have is Hobby Lobby. We have two Dollar Trees, yes, Dollar Trees, and neither one are carrying yarn right now. I don't know if they will towards winter or what, but there's no yarn. So really the only one that I have is Hobby Lobby and Walmart. And so I went to Hobby Lobby, I went to Walmart, checked them out, and this yarn was the closest that I could find. It is Yarn Bee Dream Spun, and the colorway is Delphinium. This is the colorway and all that is left after my project. So it does have some of that green. It's got some of the blue in the background of the card, the pink. It's got a little bit of purple there. There's purple right there. And I love that pop of green and even some kind of orangey, yellowy color, which you'll see when I show you my project. And this is my project. Another hat. I have been on a hat kick lately. I don't know if it's because it's summertime and so smaller projects are easier to do than heavier blankets, things like that. But I made another hat. Now, it is a chunky yarn. So this Dream Spun yarn is a 5 bulky weight, called for 8mm knitting needles or 9mm crochet hooks. Well, all my crochet hooks are in the crate. Well, not all my hooks, all my large hooks. I only brought my tulip case that's got several sizes. They only go up to 6mm, and so I didn't have anything larger, so I decided to knit it. And I knit it using the Ross hat pattern from Ross at Smells Great Guy on YouTube. And he's on Instagram as well. He may be Smells Like Yarn on Instagram. It's one of the two, but his YouTube channel is Smell Great Guy. So there it is. So you can see the bright green, yellow, the pink. This is coming out purple, but it's actually more of that darker blue denim color. The only thing I noticed that was in here is some of this turquoise color that is not in the card. But anyway, I thought it turned out beautiful. This is the top of his hat. It comes down to like a 5-pointed star. Really pretty, very easy pattern. I cast on 55 stitches, and it said, the pattern said to cast 56, and you go down by one. I mentioned that in previous podcasts, but this time I just cast on 55 and then kept it that way so that I could do just the 5-point decrease. And I did a knit 3, purl 2 rib. So that is my hat. It turned out too big for my head. I don't know. I don't know if my tension's looser or what, or if it is the yarn, that maybe it's a little bit thicker than the last bulky weight yarn I used, but it is going to go with my stack of hats that are going to go to Kristen and KK at K&K Crochet for their Bumblebee Mountain Outreach. Another hat for them to go towards their goal. They have a goal of getting 1,500 hats. They want to try to get hats from all over the U.S., from all 50 states. They already have hats from Tennessee, but they're going to get a few more from Tennessee. So that is my one finished project. We're going to move on to whips. All right, what has been getting a lot of love? Technically, this is a finished object. That's why I'm going to start with it first, but it's also a whip because I am making a set. So for Battle of the Stitches, which I'll put a link to my video here, and then down in the description box will be links to Teresa at Critters Crochet, Heather at Strings and Thread, and Crystal at Hook That Yarn, their channels, because we are competing in Battle of the Stitches, and I finished my project. So the video I linked is the reveal, and I'll just show you quickly. I made a French press cozy with mine. So this part is a finished object. It is the one that I entered into the Battle of the Stitches, but I'm going to make a set because with a French press, when you make coffee, you need a coaster for your coffee cup. And you also need a cozy for your coffee cup, which I'm in the process of getting ready to make. I haven't started that yet, but I will make it because next Wednesday is a live. It is on Teresa's channel, and which, again, I did link below. It is on her channel next Wednesday, and we will be showing our projects. And so I want to have the coffee cup cozy done by then as well. So check out those ladies' channels. Make sure you set a reminder for the live that's coming up next week, and you can see which of the creators got the most votes on their project, and the voters will also be in a drawing to win the winning design. And if you check out my community page, there is a poll for you to vote, and every creator. So Teresa and Heather and Crystal also on their community tabs have a place where you can vote. So you can vote up to 4 times, and then you can also be entered by leaving a comment in that community post where you voted that says simply, I voted. You want to make another comment, that's fine, but also you need to make a comment that you voted. So that is a finished object for Battle of the Stitches, but it's also a work in progress because I do want to get that mug or cup cozy finished. So the other things that I have been showing some love to. So the first thing is my sock, and I want to make sure that I'm not pulling stitches out. So I have been working on my sock. I have started the heel flap. Well, actually, I have finished the heel flap. This is done. So I think I had like 10 to 12 rows the last time I showed this left to go on the leg. And so I did those, and then I have finished the heel flap and moving on to the heel turn. The heel turn will also be done in this green colorway. And then when it's time to pick up the gusset stitches, I will do that back in this blue colorway. So I've gotten quite far. Yes, I use 9-inch circulars. They're 2.5 millimeter needles. But when I do the heel flap and heel turn, I change to DPNs, 2.5 millimeter DPNs. These are Knit Picks or Knit Pro Zing DPNs, double pointed needles. All right, so the yarn that I am using is part of my Yarnable subscription box. Let me get the labels for you. All right, so the green colorway, here is the Yarnable label. There you go, Yarnable. It is her plush sock, which is 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. I dropped it. The green colorway is called Mossy Hollow. And I'll show you this one then, since I dropped the other one. There you go. There is the email. If I would sign up for her email, for her newsletter, all of that, sign up to be notified when she is open to add new members to her subscription. If she's not open now, she opens a few times during the year. If you get on her mailing list, that's it, the mailing list, then you will be notified as soon as she's open. And so the blue colorway is called Pillow Party. Again, the same plush sock base. And so, yeah, so I'm excited that my socks have seen a lot of love. For me, which this sock is for my foot, I do a 2x2 knit purl 2 ribbing. I do 60 stitches on the leg, and then I do the heel flap, heel turn gusset for the heel. It just fits better. I find I have a high arch, so does my husband, my daughter as well. I've made all 3 of us socks, and that heel construction seems to work really well. Now, I will be honest and say I haven't tried any kind of afterthought heel. That will be next in my progression as a learning to sock knit. This time it was just being able to change colors. So I thought I would make the sock for me in case I mess up, and then I'm the only one who has to live with them. And so the foot, I wear a size US 5 or a UK, South Africa. I think it's a size 3. I have a small foot, And so I think I do about somewhere between 60, 70 rows on the foot total, I think, including the decrease rows, but I will double check that and make sure I tell you right, or put it in the description box below. I have a video for how I pick up the gusset stitches so you don't get a hole in the angle of the heel where the sock is angled as you decrease the rows for the foot to get back to your original stitch count after you pick up the gusset. Anyway, I've got a video for how to pick up those stitches so you don't end up with a hole that you have to go back and sew. Not that sewing is bad, but it's just nice to get the sock done and say you're done. So, now, the other project, let's get to my other whip that I have been really working hard and diligently on. So, the other project that I have been really working on this week is my Zerzura shawl. And here it is. Here you go. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. There's the bottom of the triangle. So as you can see, let me turn this around. As you can see, there's my stitch marker. And so I have gotten quite a bit. Another flower and a half or more done on that. So between Battle of the Stitches and making the hat for the Crochet Along with Lisa, I have gotten, and working on my sock, I have gotten that much done. So there's the Zerzura shawl. I did actually start the second ball of yarn. Again, my local yarn shop is Hobby Lobby, and I went in to find a yarn for this shawl, and I picked Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek DK. This is the colorway Pretty Peacock, and it is classified, it's a low pill fiber, which is really nice because it means you can wash it without getting all those little pill bumps forming on it. So it's classified as a 3-weight yarn, but according to the standardized charts, it actually falls into the 2 or sport weight category. And it calls for a 4mm hook. I am using a 4.5mm hook. And now it's 100% low pill acrylic and very soft. It's a very soft and sleek. Good name for it. So, yeah, so very excited about this. I think I'm to the point where at any time I am able to call it quits because, as you can see from me, it is quite large. It covers my shoulders nicely. So, yeah, so at any time I really feel like I could stop and say, look, this fits me really well, and obviously as well, being a little bit smaller, it would make a really nice, not quite so bulky shawl. If I want to wear it that way, it would, make a nice shawl. So there you go. So I do want to make it just a tad bit longer, but I think definitely by the deadline for August 31st, I should be done, ready to send photos to the designer who, this is a collab with her. She sent me the pattern that I wanted to make, which was the Zerzura shawl. And for throughout the summer, up until August 31st, I was to work on it, talk about it, encourage you all to check out her Etsy shop and all her patterns, but especially this one. This one is absolutely gorgeous. It's lightweight. It would make a great summer shawl done in cotton, but I still think it's beautiful for fall and winter as well. I love this color too. I think this color is great for fall and winter. You can see me through it. It's so lacy and pretty. And so, yeah, so check out Reggie at J Hook Crochet. I'll put a link to her YouTube channel, but also to her Etsy shop where you can favorite her shop. If you don't want to buy anything right now, favorite her shop or a few of her patterns, especially the Zerzura shawl, and yeah, just show her some love. I know she would appreciate it. And I want to add that I think it's great to check out her channel. She had done a lot of lives. Every week she did a live on, she called it Yarniversity, because we would talk about all the various things from yarn, like taking a university class on yarn. We talked about different fibers, what kind of different weights of fibers, what is good for different projects, hooks, and all sorts of things. That's how I found the chart to know that this yarn actually classifies as a 2-weight because of that chart. It was through her Yarniversity classes. So they are long because it is alive and there's a lot of talking and things like that. But they were really great classes. And don't forget, you can always set the speed faster if you don't want to sit for a 2-hour Yarniversity live that's no longer live. But really great information. So just want to add that in for those of you wanting to learn more and more about yarn and yarn fibers and yarn companies and all sorts of things. So check that out as well. So those are the projects that have gotten a lot of attention from me. I do plan on continuing to give this one some more attention so that in the next 9 days, 8 to 9 days, I can call it done. All right, we're going to move on really quickly to acquisitions. I rarely talk about acquisitions because I don't necessarily show all the yarn that I buy, any yarn hauls, because I usually buy for projects, and then when I talk about the project, show you the yarn. But last month, as I said, I have entered Lisa at Happy to Hook Creations. I entered her make-along. That is a year-long event where she pulls out greeting cards and you make something inspired by the cover. Well, last month, the first month that I actually joined in, at the end of the month, we put our projects on her Facebook page and maybe Instagram, but I know the Facebook page is where I put mine on. And then everybody that puts up a project for that month, she does a random draw for a winner. And I won last month, the first month I ever entered. I won a prize from her. I received it yesterday. I did open it, but I want to show you what I won, what my prize was. So here's the sweet, cute bag she put it in. It's called Smile Mail by You Pack and Ship. You Pack and Ship. There you go. Okay, so I received this yarn from Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee, Urban Chic. Now, when I was living in South Africa and we visit the US, I actually bought some urban chic yarn in a different colorway. I forgot what I made with it. It's probably in my crate, and I'll unpack it and then remember, this is what I made with this yarn. I absolutely love this yarn. I've heard they're not making it anymore. This colorway is actually called Mint, is this colorway. So isn't it just beautiful? I love it. So Urban Chic is a 3-weight, DK weight yarn, which is my favorite, also exciting. It is a 78% acrylic and 22% cotton. This is a 100 gram, 3.5 ounce ball. 275 yards, 252 meters, calls for a 4.5 millimeter hook, which this says is a US size 7. I don't know any of those sizes. I have to look them up. And that's knitting needles, and a 5 millimeter crochet hook, which is a US size H8. So this was the first prize that I received. The second, I got another skein of yarn, and it is New Boo. It is 100% lyocell or bamboo. And this is the colorway white. And again, it is thin yarn, which I love. I like thin yarn. I love working with it. I love just all the beautiful wearables and shawls and even hats and things that you can make with the thinner yarn that, I don't know, for me, they just fit. The drape on thinner yarn is lovely. So it is an eco-friendly production of lyocell, a fabric made from plants. It leads the fiber industry in terms of energy and water conservation. So it is a 3 ounce, 85 gram ball, 157 yards, 144 meters. They classify it as a medium 4-weight, but unless it grows on you, I don't think it really is. I'll have to look it up on my chart though. I didn't do that. But if you look at this, and let me put them together on my finger, the white even looks smaller than this that's classified as a 3-weight. But I'll look that up and double check that. It does call for a 5.5 millimeter hook, which would be a 4-weight hook size, but I'll check that out. So I got those 2 yarns. Very excited about that because I love like plant fiber types of yarn. So I got also in the packet, I have Lisa's card. There it is with the little note saying congratulations on the back. And if you want to check out her shop, her YouTube channel, you can do that. Happy to Hook Creations. And she sent me stickers. Don't talk to me. I'm counting. Crochet is my superpower. And I think, well, one fell out. It's a tiny one. Oh. Who run the world? Girls. Cute. And I did get a little piece of candy. And even though I don't eat sugar, it was a lifesaver. Mint. I ate it. So I don't think that will affect my blood sugar. Anyway, or my diet, or whatever my lifestyle that you want to call it. So those were the things that I got from Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. I really enjoy this make-along. It's so much fun to make something every month and be in community through Facebook, through YouTube with others, and see what everybody makes and how people are inspired differently by a picture. So anyway, I very much enjoyed that. So let's move on to what's been going on, my moving and the upcoming plans I have for the week. Hey, I really would appreciate it if you like this video, that you would give that a thumbs up, click on that button, and subscribe to my channel. All of it is free. All right, so this coming Monday, which is the 26th of August, 2024, for those of you that are catching this video into the future, we are closing on our house. Now, my debit card got compromised. So I have been looking for things that I would like to purchase for the house, but haven't bought anything yet. So my new debit card has just arrived, so I will definitely be doing that. I have found a rug. I just want to say thank you to those of you that looked at the rugs. I really was hoping you could click on the picture and make it bigger and see it better, but that didn't happen. Learned something new about the community tab and doing polls. You can't make the pictures bigger, but I do appreciate you all taking the time to vote. Hate to say that I talked to my daughter and she convinced me that with the flooring in the house and my grandmother's chair that I would like to put in the living room that is getting recovered, that I needed to go with a less ornate rug, a more neutral rug. So I have looked at a couple, think I've picked out one, and as soon as I get it purchased, I will put it up in our next video. Our crate has made it, well, it's on its way to Tennessee from Atlanta, and it's scheduled to arrive at our new home the next day, on Tuesday, the 27th of August, which I'm really excited about. The mattress that I bought is to arrive on the 28th, on that Wednesday, and so we won't be sleeping in the house until then. We actually can stay where we are until the end of the month, so thankfully, if I don't have a washing machine dryer purchased yet, I can use the one here. There is all the kitchen appliances are there, so that's nice that they are already at the house there. We can pick up our dining room table. I do need to find some chairs for that, and I may go look tomorrow for those. But yeah, it's coming along pretty nicely, and excited about being in the house, and that my debit card will be here so that I can make some more purchases, because we do have some money set aside for purchasing things for the home in one bank, and that's the one where my debit card got compromised. I don't want to use the debit card for the bank we have here in Tennessee, because that is for regular daily living expenses, groceries, things like that. So anyway, that is the progress of the house. I look forward to putting up a video once we do close and it is actually ours and we have keys to the house. And so yeah, thinking through even things like the guest bathroom needs a shower curtain. The master bath already has the sliding doors, so it doesn't need a shower curtain, but the guest bathroom and a rug for there. And what rug am I going to use that's coming in the crate for our bedroom and for the guest rooms and all sorts of things. It's very fun thinking through and planning those things. Having to spend the money is not as much fun, but thankfully, we do have some set aside to do that, to help us with those purchases coming from a country where we could not bring a lot, mainly because of electricity, to here. I'm very grateful that God has blessed us with the ability to be able to purchase some things, not everything, but some things for our home, especially the necessities like towels, sheets, curtains, those kind of things, a bed to sleep on. And so, yeah, very grateful. So that is the progress. This week, I plan, as I said, working on the Zazura shawl. The sock, I want to get the sock done. So I really want to give a lot of love to that project and maybe even cast on the second sock if I can. But I love doing smaller projects as well. And I might end up making maybe one more hat, one or two more pair of booties before I actually send those off to the ladies they are going to. Kim at Yarning for a Smile is going to get the baby booties, and K&K Crochet will be getting the hats. And yeah, so the last thing I want to mention, if you have not seen last week's video, I will link it here. And if it is still before the end date, which is, let me count, 26, 27, 28, 29, August 30th, 2024. If you can catch it, that video before August 30th, 2024, then you still have time to sign up for the giveaway that I have done, that giveaway, that surprise. So please make sure you go check that out. I did not put a timestamp for when I talked about the giveaway, so you'll need to fast forward, watch the whole video. I'd appreciate it greatly, but make sure that you know the keywords if you want to be entered for that giveaway. All right, I think that is everything. We're going to move on to our Bible reading, which is the rest of Luke chapter 23. We're going to finish the rest of Luke chapter 23. We're going to start in verse 32 and read to the end of the chapter. 2 others, criminals, were also led away to be executed with him, Jesus. When they arrived at the place called the Skull, they crucified him there along with the criminals, one on the right and one on the left. Then Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, because they do not know what they are doing." And they divided his clothes and cast lots. The people stood watching, and even the leaders were scoffing. "He saved others. Let him save himself if this is God's Messiah, the chosen one." The soldiers also mocked him. They came offering him sour wine and said, "If you are the king of the Jews, save yourself." An inscription was above him, "This is the King of the Jews." Then one of the criminals hanging there began to yell insults at him. "Aren't you the Messiah? Save yourself and us." But the other answered, rebuking him, "Don't you even fear God, since you are undergoing the same punishment? We are punished justly because we are getting back what we deserve for the things we did. But this man has done nothing wrong." And then he said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." And he said to him, "Truly, I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise." It was now about noon, and darkness came over the whole land until 3, because the sun's light failed. The curtain of the sanctuary was split down the middle, and Jesus called out with a loud voice, "Father, into your hands I entrust my spirit." Saying this, he breathed his last. When the centurion saw what happened, he began to glorify God, saying, "This man really was righteous." All the crowds that had gathered for this spectacle, when they saw what had taken place, went home, striking their chests. But all who knew him, including the women who had followed him from Galilee, stood at a distance watching these things. There was a good and righteous man named Joseph, a member of the Sanhedrin, who had not agreed with their plan and action. He was from Arimathea, a Judean town, and was looking forward to the kingdom of God. He approached Pilate and asked for Jesus' body. Taking it down, he wrapped it in fine linen and placed it in a tomb cut into the rock, where no one had ever been placed. It was the preparation day, and the Sabbath was about to begin. The women who had come with him from Galilee followed along and observed the tomb and how his body was placed. Then they returned and prepared spices and perfumes, and they rested on the Sabbath according to the commandment. Thank you all very much for joining me for this week's video. We will see you in the next upcoming videos. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye, y'all.